difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is the one who wants it the most. And if you're that one that wants it the most, you're going to make decisions. Not for your wife, not for your kids, but for you. I don't make decisions. And I don't decide anything for my wife because I cannot make my wife happy unless I decide to make myself happy. Only when I make myself happy can I contribute to my wife's happiness. Now, I can honestly tell you that I make the decisions in my house. And anyone who knows my wife that's listening to this vlog, please do not tell her a word about this. I will be killed. But I go and get counsel. I talk to my uncle. I talk to my father a lot. I talk to a lot of different people that gives me counsel to understand the pros and cons of the decision that I'm about to make. But ultimately, I'm going to make that decision. Now, when you make that decision, it's up to you to make it right. It's not up to you to start over. It's not up to you to quit. It's up to you to be consistent and finish strong and follow through with that decision that you've made. When you follow through with that decision, again, precedence moves forward and it helps things come into your life quickly. I love emotions, and this is another key. I love emotions. I love when people get fed up, when they get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they say, this is it. They make a declaration, I'm tired. I'm no longer going to go back to what I was doing before. I will not be denied this time. I've made a decision to go forward. I love it. Those emotions is the emotions that I call the emotions that changed my life. The day that you changed your life. I was in New York a while ago and was doing a leadership seminar for one day at this very prominent jewelry company. Long story short, when I do before I speak, I always get the bios of the people that are in the upper management so I can learn more about them, their wives, their kids, where they went to college, so I can closely relate and build a very effective relationship with them as I'm in my seminar. So I get a list of the 4 people, and one was a lady. She was a vice president, and she had a high school education. She had some certification, and that was basically it. And we took a break. And you know me, I love to talk and I love to ask, and she came up to me and she's just glowing over the things that she has, because they really, get into the thing when they have new information coming to them and they really feel great about it. And I'm just pouring myself a cup of coffee, and I said, hey Liz, I'm just going to call her Liz, can I ask you a question? She said, sure, you can ask me anything. I said, I was going over the bios of everybody before I came here, before I prepared my speech to come here, and I was just wondering, everybody has a degree or a PhD or a bachelor's, and you have high school education and some certification. I said, how did you get to be vice president in this company? First of all, her face changed. She just got a scowl on her face. She just looked at me. She said, Ron, I have to tell you, she said, one day, I was at home. I was a mother of 2, a stay-at-home mom. My husband made some great money. He made 50 grand a year. We was just getting by. We was making different things, and we was really just skating by. And one day I wanted to do something with my kids, and I asked my husband for 20 bucks. 20 bucks! And he asked me, what do you need it for? Right then I decided that I would never have to ask him for money. I immediately went into the papers and I started looking for different things that I could do, and I found a course that they was having at the local college and certification in what I wanted to do, which was sales. So I got into it. Got my certification. When I came out of there, I met some friends that was working at a local jewelry store that I liked in this company. I took an internship there. The internship went for about 2 years, and they liked how the way I worked. They liked my performance. They hired me on. 5 years later, I climbed the ladder and made it to VP. And she said, you're right, I didn't go to school. Yes, I did get certified. And no, I don't have to ask my husband for money again. And I said, but he asks you for money, doesn't he? And she said, yeah, he asked me for money, but I give it to him. But I tell you that story to tell you the example, to show you the example of how once you decide, once you have it in your mind that you're not going to go back to whatever's happened to you that makes you have that stretch point. It's like what I call a stretch point, where you change decisions to make you go forward in those things that you want to do. When you make that decision, there is nothing that can keep you away. You have the most focus, you have the most determination, and you have faith that it will come out and work out right. And when I say faith, it is that faith, that Job faith that's in the Bible, that I know that everything is going to make it and it's going to do it right. Now, once you decide, you take those actions. Don't give up. Never quit. I have a poem that I want to read you. And it's a poem that one of my friends sent to me. It was an unknown poem, and it's called Don't You Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when funds are low and debt is high, and you want to smile, but you just have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. You see, life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. Many a failure is turned about when you might have won if you stuck it out. Don't give up even though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. It's the silver tint in the clouds of doubt. You can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.